Hello, manifestors. Today I want to talk about something very important, something that's going to make a huge difference if you manage to shift this concept in your mind. And by the way, I'm going to link in the first comment the link of my last podcast because it is complementary to this video and vice versa. If you've listened to the podcast, then this video will add up to the podcast. My name is Sylviane. I am a manifesting coach, and if you need my help, all the informations are down below in the description box. I have email coaching, one-on-one coaching, group coaching. I have a manifesting guide and other stuff that you can check out. Also, please like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you are new here, and comment. I always answer questions in your comments. So today we are going to consider one very, very important quote from Neville that you might have read or heard many times. But there's a difference between reading something and then turning your back on it and forgetting about it and never even really understand what it really means, and really reading it and truly digging into it and truly understand what it means and apply it to your life as a conscious manifester. The reason why it's obvious that many of you are not applying this quote from Neville, are not understanding it or not being able somehow to apply it to your case, to your situation, it's because, you are actually doing the complete opposite. And that's the reason why I wanted to make my podcast this week and my video on this topic. And by the way, people who have gotten this have had lately the most amazing success stories. I have received a lot of success stories lately. Why? Well, simply because those people, they are not any different than you. They don't have any different situation than you. All situations are pretty much the same. It's just people who finally understood what this thing is all about. There is one person in my Facebook group, for example, that I can think of, who also is a client or was a client. And you can tell from her comments that she's really gotten it. She's got this thing. And when you really get it, even if you have not yet quite manifested the thing in your physical world, there is a shift. There is a huge shift that you can feel in the person. You can feel the joy. You can feel the happiness. You can feel the calmness. You can feel the powerness. You can feel it in that person. So the first thing I want to say, guys, is that you cannot experience a shift outside in your outer world, in your physical world, unless that shift happens inside. It's impossible because imagination creates the outer world. The imaginal man, the inner man, the God self, the I am, call it whatever you want, it's all the same, is the part and the only part of you that manifests. So if that inner self of yours hasn't changed yet, how in the world would you expect the reflection, the dead world, the shadow world, which is just a reflection? How in the world do you want that to reflect a change that can only reflect the change inside? So this is the first thing that you need to understand. The second thing you need to understand is that whether you are manifesting a thing or a person, it's the exact same thing. It is no different. I see a lot of you who are trying, for example, when you're manifesting a specific person, You are trying to somehow change them. You are somehow trying to, in other words, manipulate them. And that's your deep down belief. You believe that somehow you go into their mind and change them. But that's not how it works at all. You do not, and I'm going to repeat here what I said word for word in my podcast. We do not have access in other people's reality. That's as simple as that. I do not, and you do not have access to other people's bubble. But that doesn't mean that you can't manifest them. So you need to understand that. Where does it happen? Where do you manifest people? You only have access to yours, to your reality. And it's from there that you can be and have anything, including people, that you want. But not by implying that you can go in their mind and project your thoughts into their minds, for example. That's not how it works. Because again, we do not have access to other people's reality. So for example, when you are wasting your time and energy thinking, by now SP should be thinking this way, by now SP should be doing this, by now this or that should have happened in SP's mind. This is not how it works. The way you want a person to be, so whether it's manifesting a romantic partnership or healing someone from a physical or emotional problem, you do it in your consciousness, in your world. You're doing it in your inner man. So what you are changing is the way you are seeing and experiencing that person from within yourself, not from them. Why do you think that we can manifest health for a complete stranger? Let's say, like I have done before, I notice someone on the street, I don't even know them, and I notice that they need help in one way or another. I see them not being healthy or being in a dire financial situation. And I imagine for them, I see them in a much better position, right? I see them healed from whatever condition they are in right now. I don't even know that person. I don't know their name. I don't know anything about them. I don't need it, right? Why do you think I'm able to do this? Do I try to change anything in them when I don't even know them and they don't even know me? No. I change them inside me. I change the way I experience them. I'm not trying to get into their mind, into their world, and I'm certainly not trying to teach them the law or anything like that, right? I change the way I see that person inside me. And I know for a fact I have manifested things on total strangers before, because I changed the way I experience them in my world, in my inner world. What they believe, what they think, what they do, it's not my business. And it doesn't matter. Because again, I'm not going into their worlds by any shape or form. I'm going into my world. What makes you think that manifesting a specific person that you know and want is any different? If you think it's different, then you are fooling yourself. Because it isn't different at all. It's the same thing. You do not go into your SP's mind trying to manipulate them, right? In any way, shape, or form. Plus, you can't do that. But what you can do, you go within yourself. And whatever it is that you want to experience with that person, you experience it inside, in your inner man, in your imagination, in your consciousness. All of those mean the same thing. And this is what Neville meant when he said this: change your conception of yourself and you will automatically change the world in which you live. Do not try to change people. They are only messengers telling you who you are. Revalue yourself, and they will confirm the change. So it's very clear here. Neville says, do not try to change people. And why? He says why, the following sentence. Because they are only messengers telling you who you are. If you haven't noticed this yet, then you're not a full conscious manifester. Because as a conscious manifester, your job is to understand what's going on in your world, to understand how the law works. And that's why I keep saying, like I'm repeating myself every time, to reverse engineer your life, which means to go back into past events and how they manifested, to observe how you manifested A, B, C, and you will be able to link your manifestation to your previous state, to your previous thoughts and beliefs and assumptions. And you will see what manifests what. And you will see that the way you manifested people, what they did, what they didn't do in your world, was manifested from within. You did it. They didn't do anything. You did it because they are in your world. So as far as their life is concerned, outside of your world, that's different, right? That's their bubble. But as far as your life is concerned, with that person in it, no matter who that person is, by the way, right? Anybody, the way that person shows up in your world, this is created in your consciousness. Because people, again, as Neville says here, are only messengers of that world within. And they will confirm whatever's going on inside you. And this is why, my friends, you do not try to change people. Because again, you and I don't have access to other people's bubble, other people's reality. All we need to concern ourselves with is our bubble, our reality. And start testing this now. Start seeing whoever you want to manifest in whatever condition. Start seeing them, experiencing them from within differently as you want to experience them. And you will be shocked that they will change. They will conform. But they won't if you keep on looking at the 3D. And observing and noticing and talking about how they are now. And if you can't seem to be able to change anyone's behavior, it's because you are doing just that. How many times I have clients, followers, members of my Facebook group that are telling me my husband is this, this, and that. My wife is this, this, and that. My SP is this, this, and that. My kid is this, this, and that. By saying it to me, I know that you must be saying that to yourself all day long. And this is the very reason they are. You know, you can't fool the law, as I said many times before as well. If you keep on confirming something, it's going to keep on confirming back to you, right? This world is an assumptive world, is a world of reflection. If you keep on assuming something and hoping that it will change somehow, well, don't fool yourself any longer. That's not going to happen. You need to stop telling the old story, whatever the old story that you don't want anymore. It needs to stop now. And you need to start telling yourself from within a new story. And if you open your mouth, that new story needs to come out of your mouth. Stop talking about, thinking about, or assuming in any way, shape, or form the old story about a person that you are manifesting whatever way you want to manifest them. I hope this is clear, guys, because as long as it isn't, well, this is as long as you are going to keep on manifesting the same type things, the same type of behavior from another person, regardless of who that person is. I hope this video was helpful, guys. Please, if it was, help my channel by liking, subscribing, commenting. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. I am so thankful, by the way, for the amazing progress that people are making in my group coaching. And I wanted to mention that. And again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.